Welcome to Battle Talk. I am Don Battlehawk, and right now we are going to do the UFL Week 8 review and power rankings. Yes, that's how we're going to start off our Monday morning. All right, let's look at the games and let's look at who won versus who I picked. Or, if you prefer, who I picked over who won. All right, Orlando at Dallas. My pick was Dallas. I thought they were due. Apparently they weren't. So Orlando won. DC at Louisville. My pick was DC. I thought they would bounce back. Apparently I was wrong. Louisville got the win. Houston at St. Louis. I thought St. Louis would clinch. Finally, at the Dome. An important game. Houston won. And Columbus at Birmingham. I thought Birmingham was going to continue their win streak. And sure enough, Birmingham did. Thank you, Birmingham, for coming through for me. I do appreciate it. Now, my record for week 8, 1-3. There is life in the Renegades. I saw that this week when I watched that game. That team is a team that had some mid-season struggle, not necessarily a collapse. As a matter of fact, you can't call it a collapse. I don't really think the first 3 games that they played were against really strong opponents. I don't think you can call it collapse. I just don't think they were that good to maintain that kind of play against the rest of the teams that they played afterwards. But they're not a bad team. And they're showing it. All right, Teamu is hurt, but how hurt? That's an important thing to know if you're a DC Defenders fan. Louisville has gas, and they're showing they know how to put their foot on the pedal. The Gamblers are a threat. I saw how they were playing. If they played against a Battlehawks offense that was able to produce like in previous games, they would have lost the game this weekend. The Gamblers. Just saying. The Battlehawks need to address issues. Neville is out for the season, but we have plenty of other offensive tools that can be employed to bring us to victory. The Aviators are struggling, but oddly, according to the guys on the TV, not out of the hunt. Oh my. Tell me, what is that going to look like? If the Aviators win out and other teams lose out, and somehow the Aviators end up in the playoffs with a losing record, would that be allowed to happen? Look, I'm just asking questions. The Stallions are on a 3-game win streak. I knew they had it in them. And it's very possible that part of the positive when it comes to the Stallions is their head coach, A.J. McCarron, and his ability to learn the role. Maybe. So what are my power rankings going into week 9? Let's look. Number 1, the Storm. That is +1 from last week. The return to the W for them is more of a return to form. It was a hard-fought win, and they got it. Number 2, based on their play in the last 3 weeks, the Stallions. They're up 2 spots. They're on a streak. Number 3, down 2 spots, are the Battlehawks, who stumbled this last week. But what I saw wasn't terrible on all levels. It was tweakable. Not enough to drop them down much further. Number 4, the defenders. They're hurt. They still played fairly competitively despite their quarterback being hurt. So I don't want to drop them down any more than just 1. I think that even if Ta'amu is out for the next game, the defenders may still produce a win. Number 5, the Kings. Stable. They're a stable team. Number 6, the Renegades. +3. The Gamblers. -1. Stabler. Not really a trend yet for the Gamblers. And number 8, the Aviators. -1. Inconsistent. Look, part of me wanted to rate the Renegades lower, but the honest to God truth is when you're looking at the overall power, I think if the Renegades team that faced the Storm team this weekend faced almost any other team in the lower categories, on the lower end of the league, they would have won. And that's how you have to do it. It's like an overall powerfulness ranking. So those are my power rankings going into week 9. Now, tomorrow, Battlehawk player profile for Tyler Neville. He's out for the season, but he has earned the spotlight for his efforts this season for the Battlehawks. So until then, have a great day. I am Don Battlehawk. This is Battle Talk, and I'll see you then.